Something bothering Caribbean people, and nobody brave enough to say it loud. So the parrot will say it. Jamaica get hurricane money, and some people show where it go. Vinci get volcano money, hurricane money, disaster money, donor money, Caribbean Development Bank money, World Bank money, and people still asking one question. When disaster hit Jamaica, the government come out with breakdowns. How much received, how much allocated, which community getting help, what rebuilding, what relief program, and for the most part, not all of it, but people could track at least some of the money. Not rumors, not vibes, not speeches. Documents I talking about, reports. And here now look at Vinci. Volcano erupted, the La Soufre. Hurricane Beryl, floodings, home destroyed, farm destroyed. People displaced for years and still displaced at this moment. And the world opened its wallet for Vinci. Millions from the World Bank and CDB. Friendly governments, diaspora donations, relief agencies, and yet Vinci is still asking, where is the money? People still in temporary housing, blue tarpaulins on them house roofs in Union Island, broken roads, struggling farmers, unfinished rebuilding. So naturally, if all this money came in, people will wonder, where is the money? And here is where things even get more interesting. Mr. Gonsalves is no longer sitting in the Prime Minister's chair. He is now the leader of the opposition, which means if anybody in this country should be able to help answer the question, where is the money? It is the very man who presided over the government during the years when most of those disaster funds came in. Instead of political cold shoulders and back and forth blame, Vincies deserve clarity. They deserve a calm, factual explanation of how funds were received, how they were allocated, and what was completed under his watch. Because now that he is openly criticizing what is and is not being done, the public has a right to hear a full accounting for the years he was in charge. This is not about sides. This is not about clearing the air for a nation that lived through crisis after crisis. And here now, this is the bigger Caribbean problem nobody likes to talk about. When millions move through government hands and questions arise years later, politicians often walk away untouched because they are weak or non-existent integrity and accountability laws to force transparent reporting after the fact. No mandatory public breakdowns, no automatic audits shared with citizens, no systems that make leaders answer, in plain terms, for how emergency funds were used. So the public is left with suspicion, rumors, and frustration instead of facts. Until strong integrity legislation demands real transparency from anyone who holds public office, the same question will echo from island to island whenever disaster money flows in. Hannah, this is not accusation. This is not disrespect. This is just accountability. Because when taxpayers, donors, and friendly countries send millions in help, the citizens deserve to see a clear breakdown, a public report, a transparent trail, and not just speeches on radio. The parrot not asking for drama, The parrot asking for documents. Vinci people still looking for the receipt book. And until somebody show it, the question will keep echoing through the islands. Where is the money?